What has been one of your craziest road stories?
A crazy road story. I tell you what, we had a fan once, like when we first got started. I mean, not first got started. We had toured with a few other bands like Days of the New and Sick Puppies and Dropping Daylight and stuff. Like, we've been out on the road maybe a year, but right when Addicted started getting really, really like big, as they would say, we had this one chick that she ended up being someone that she wasn't. She told us she worked for the road or whatever, and she was come out and hang out some of our posters. So we were really nice to her, and we had a lot of, whatever. She was cool. But she ended up being not who we thought, and she ended up stalking us down, and she would show up places like that she wasn't supposed to be, like at our hometown and stuff like that. And we're like, woo! So it was a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
But we've corrected all that and got that fixed. But things do get a little crazy out here, man. You don't plan on going home, walking in Walmart and seeing a chick that's been following you around the U.S. and you're like, whoa, do you live here?
Yeah.
No, I live in Kansas City. You're like, why are you here? I heard y'all was off. Oh boy. But yeah, it was a little weird there for a second, man, because you don't want everybody knowing where you live.
No, I'm sure like that's hard to ever,
gotta have some
ever
secret,
get used to, right?
It did take me a second to get used to all the attention, man, because you don't really know. Like, at all times somebody's watching you, so you don't really know what's going on. Hey, if you guys just wait 2 seconds. I was talking to the camera, not y'all. Come on.
I can just roll through.
Jared, this is Taryn.
Taryn, I have the same shoes. Very nice to meet you. I'm lying.
Have the same shoes.
Well, I guess that chalks up the craziest bang experience.
Well, yeah, because this chick was involved, like not involved, but like she would stalk Scott, our guitarist. She would stalk Jason, and at different times. And she would act like somebody else. So I mean, she a lot of work went into it. I mean, props. Because she fooled us all. But
wow,
it just gets a little weird sometimes, man. You gotta keep your brain sharp.
So, what would you list as one of your favorite guilty pleasures?
One of my favorite guilty pleasures. And I like Dos Equis. It's a Mexican beer, but I mean I like it. But I think you're looking for dirtier. All right, here's one of my guilty pleasures. All right.
Okay.
Nobody laugh at this. I'm a big Kahlua fan. I like White Russians. I like the Big Lebowski. So thanks to you guys for getting it started. I may start right now. Actually, because that's a little sweet drink, and everybody's like, nobody wants to drink sugar, because we got a bunch of people in here that drink Jack just straight up. And I'm over here with my milk and Kahlua, and I'm just sipping away,
Girly drink.
Yeah. So there's my secret.
So, what is the first album you remember buying that left a lasting impression on you?
Three Doors Down's Kryptonite, very first Southern rock album, that really made a change in my life. Because once I found out those dudes were from Mississippi, they lit a fire under my ass, man. I was like, if they can do it, then we can do it, man. So I remember going to see that show in Tupelo, Mississippi, and I had like some discs that Jason and I had played acoustically on. And I was just throwing them on stage,
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, I've got to, since then I've got to meet the guys. I got to hang out with them. Super cool. They know I'm a super freakish fan, so we get along pretty well. But it's just really freaking cool to be a part of that, because they still are, but they were huge at that time, and they lit a fire under my ass. So thanks, Three Doors.
So, like, you've shared the stage with so many, variety of different bands. Is there anyone that you'd love to share a stage with that you haven't yet?
That I haven't yet? It's another guilty pleasure of mine, but I'd like to play, at least a song with Kenny Wayne Shepherd. He's a really, really famous blues guitarist from Shreveport, Louisiana. And he was about the same time at Three Doors Down, when I discovered him.
Blue on Black, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got it. I'm a big fan of his, man. I've been a fan of his as soon as the day I found out about him. First I heard about Blue on Black, and then I went and bought Deja Voodoo, which was the album before that. And he's actually married to Mel Gibson's daughter. Did you know that? It's weird. It's freaking. See, you learned something.
I did.
Anyways,
I didn't know.
I'd love to do a show with Kenny Wayne and his singer Noah Hunt. Freaking awesome, man. I love those guys.
So, what type of legacy do you hope to leave in the music realm?
I hope to leave the fact that you can live in a world like this, and sometimes as shitty as the world might seem, And as dark as the lights aren't shining, and when the sun doesn't come out, you know what? You can still be your own person. You can still set your own examples, and you can still live for what you believe in. You know, because it ain't nobody else's responsibility but your own. So you know, I hope that you know, we get to stay in this business for many, many years, and I hope it doesn't change any of us for the worse, but only for the better. So you know, that's hopefully the legacy you know, I'll leave behind.
That's good. Where do you see the future heading for music, really?
Music's really difficult right now. You know, economy's not that well. You know, people don't really buy as much CDs, which I don't blame them. You know, I've worked my 9 to 5s. I've worked my 2 to 8s. You know, I've had a job since I was 16, and I know it costs money to live in this world. But
you used to work in a hospital, right?
Yeah, I worked at a hospital.
Yeah.
I worked at Walmart. I worked at Kroger. I used to lay brick. I did everything,
Wow.
man. I told my dad when I was 17 I wanted to be a rock and roll. I said, I want to be a rock star. And he's like, fine, pay your bills till then. And I was like, all right. So I've pretty much done everything, man. But it's just music. It's kind of hard right now because not a lot of people are out and spending their money because they don't got it, and I totally get it. But you know, if you do get the chance, buy that one person's album. Buy who you think's freaking awesome. You know, support them because. You know, any amount of support that we can get, man, it just motivates us to do better. So, you know, thank you guys. And I understand the economy sucks, but we love you still. So, iTunes is not that bad. If you can't afford a whole album, download your favorite songs.
Do you think that we're due to see a resurgence of rock music? Do you think it's starting to happen?
I don't think it's starting to happen, but I think people's ears are popping up, going, "Wait, okay." All right, well, something might be going on. You know, I think it's getting to the point where we need to pay more attention to it and find different ways to, go around and do shows and sell CDs and network. I mean, it's not just rock and roll business anymore, man. Everybody's involved. It's like a business. So, and I suck at numbers, so.
So, how do you feel about like the games like Rock Band, Guitar Hero, stuff like that?
I think it's cool. I think it gets young people involved with great musicians from the past, like Aerosmith. Guitar Hero 5, we've got Addicted on it. We just found that out though, so I haven't got a chance to play it yet. But I think it's great, those video games. Personally, I suck at them because I play the actual guitar. When I pick up one of those things, it completely destroys every amount of. Yeah, it just doesn't happen.
I can drum with it. That's
yeah.
So I guess what would be a piece of advice you would share with an aspiring musician?
Only person that can stop you is yourself, basically. And I know that's short and sweet, but there's a lot of times you're laying in your van and you're using an old Jack Daniels bottle that's empty as a pillow, and like, I just want to go home. But you know what? It's not about that all the time. Sometimes you got to swallow your pride on those days and get up and do the press. And you got to work your ass off to get anywhere you want to be. And sometimes it gets old and it gets lonely. But you know what? You're the only person that can stop you. So in the end, it's either going to be your fault or you can be a success. So either way, props to you.
Awesome. So what's the best way for fans to stay up to date with you guys?
They can go to savingabel.com, and from savingabel.com we got all our Twitter, our MySpace, our Facebook pages. We've got our booking agent. We've got show me your new tattoos. Like, people send in their tattoos and then we put them up on the internet. We're just finding different ways to connect with our fans, and we've got some more stuff coming up.
So yours, Kristyn.
Yeah, let's see yours, Kristyn. Yeah.
Mine are hidden.
But that's if you guys want to get in touch with us, leave us a message. Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. Just go to savingabel.com. It's got all those connections and links there. Not hard.
Awesome. So, is there any final message or comment you'd like to share with fans or site visitors?
Saving Abel, Miss America, June 8th. I know if you can't buy it, that's fine. Go to iTunes. At least listen to the song Miss America. It's for our troops. We actually named the album after this song because we wanted to bring more attention to the message of it. So do your thing, we'll do ours, and we'll meet at a venue somewhere, and we'll all be united under rock and roll. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.